go.
You got him.
Hey guys, welcome back to Triple F Shooting. Today's video is pretty self-explanatory by the description. We got to go out to Battlefield Vegas in Las Vegas this last February. I didn't actually plan on making this a video, but with it being cold and gross and all the Christmas holiday and everything, it's kind of hard to get to the range. So, figured we'd slap all this stuff that we put together while we were out there and just do a review of it because it really is cool and they deserve praise. So, without getting too into the actual review of it, what we're going to do first is show off the different guns. Then we're going to get into kind of a breakdown of each section, if you will. What we shot was the Modern Warfare Outdoors package. They have a slew of different packages that range from outdoor shooting experiences, as they call it, to indoor stuff. We chose the outdoor, which was awesome. We'll get more into why it was so awesome after we look at the different guns. But what we'll do is start off with the heavier weapons and work our way through like light machine guns, assault rifles, and then submachine guns. There were pistols included too. The Modern Warfare package is essentially the weapons that are used in modern combat today, kind of like late 80s on up. Stuff you'd see in video games too, if you want to go that route at it. But very, very cool chance to get to shoot modern machine guns. The other really cool thing is they let us kind of chuck in a few different guns as we chose based on the package. So I'll get into more of that once we do the review part. But not to waste too much time, let's get into the heavy guns. This will be the M82A1 and two different types of grenade launchers.
There we go.
Good shot, buddy.
That was cool.
Do more of that.
Yeah.
Oh, smoked it on that one. You got it. That clean white puff. That's it. That's hitting the steel. Oh, trigger squeeze.
Oh, I went way high. Top. Yeah.
Low.
Yeah.
But if
That
it
was
was an
pretty
explosive round,
Right, you get a little bit of spray. Okay, so as far as the heavy weapons go, technically one of those is a sniper rifle or an anti-material rifle. It was pretty freaking heavy though, things like 30-something pounds. Very, very cool to shoot an M82A1. I have never fired 50 BMG, that was the first time, and we were shooting that thing at 600 yards. Recoil was somewhere around, kind of if you turkey hunt or shoot shotguns, somewhere like 3-inch, 3.5-inch Magnum, not even that bad. Really cool experience. And then the grenade launchers, that's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime thing. I don't know anywhere else you can do that. Now, we were just firing Cheeto Puff rounds, or that's what people tend to call them, but they're a training round to simulate the weight and trajectory and recoil of a 40mm HE round. So that was also extremely cool to be able to fire that both in the handheld mode and underslung on a rifle. So if you can't tell, the handheld has quite a bit more recoil than the rifle, where you've got a package that weighs somewhere around, 10 pounds or something like that. But let's get into light machine guns.
There you go.
all right, ready to rock and roll. Not as bad as I thought. He smoked it. Holy crap. It slaps. And you're putting them right on it, man. It's still a 30 bullet, so.
That is freaking.
There you go. When you're ready.
Yep.
They're usually not that fast.
Yeah. God, that's so freaking cool.
Nice job, brother. There you go. Good job. That's it.
Ready?
You're good to go.
Okay, so by far my favorite of the light machine guns was the PKM. I know, I'm gonna probably say that too many times. I've never shot all these guns, so I'll stop saying that from now on, but far more controllable than I thought it would be. Obviously, laying in the prone, there's not really a great provision to shoot it freehand. There's no real forward grip or anything like that. It is meant to be moved quickly, laid down with, and used effectively off of that bipod. The Bren gun was also extremely cool. That was a throw-in. So when you do your shooting package, it is perfectly acceptable to ask if you can add different guns from their website. So with the light machine guns, I'll go ahead and roll in just a clip, kind of a screen recording of all the different light machine guns that they have. Everything from World War I era all the way up to now, and that is impressive. They've even got Japanese machine guns and things that are pretty rare. More expensive to shoot given the ammo, but very, very cool list of guns that they have there. So definitely something to check out. But without going too much farther, hopefully I gave you enough time to see all the machine guns. Let's get into the assault rifles.
Yeah, but still, even full auto is very controllable.
Controllable.
I mean, that's what you get with the piston system.
So do I have burst here too, or just
single and full? It's got single and straight up and down is full auto.
God. All right.
Good. Good.
These are two. It's a lot slower than the CZ.
Dry.
Dry. Alright, so the assault rifles were a little bit of a mixed bag for me because you can shoot most of those guns in a semi-automatic format. So with each one I did fire a couple times in semi-auto just to get a feel of the trigger and everything like that, and then most of the shooting was done full auto. Should be noted, you can add ammo as you see fit per gun style or whatever you want to do. They do bring a little extra ammo to the range, or you can tell them ahead of time and they'll bring as much as you want pretty much. So one thing I noticed with the assault rifles, generally speaking, you want a lightweight rifle. Lightweight is awesome in semi-automatic. When you go to full auto, that is going to cause you some issues. You can see with the G36C, that thing was silly light. It is mostly polymer. I think it's maybe around 6 pounds. There's no optic or anything like that. They did have kind of a varying range of optics on the guns, but when you get really light, you start to bounce around a little bit. Not gonna speak to like each gun and how good or bad it is, because I only got to shoot pretty much a mag through each, and that's not enough to tell you, or enough experience to say which one's the best. Now, I liked the M4A1 the most because that high rate of fire mixed with the weight, adding that M203 on, it felt fairly controllable and was really fun to shoot. One thing that you'll find pretty quickly is that magnified optics on full automatic kind of suck. We were shooting at the steel at probably 50 yards or so, and I would argue that full automatic's only useful for hits probably 25 yards and in, or at least for me, I am inexperienced when it comes to that. Beyond that, you're just doing suppression, you're not making good hits. So take that for what it's worth, but very, very fun. A little more comparable to what we get to do here in America, at least, with your semi-automatic rifle variants. So that was probably the most comfortable transition, was into the assault rifle category. One thing I forgot to mention about the assault rifles, we did fire an AK. I know we said modern weapons and there's no AK, and that's like one of the most prolific rifles in all modern conflict. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, the data didn't work out on that particular video, and I have lost it, or it became corrupted. I'm not sure which, but just a quick description. It was a Bulgarian 5.56 AK at a 10.5 inch barrel with the same port as like an AK-74. Looks like that. So it had that kind of port on it in 5.56, and the barrel stopped pretty much right there. Okay, and what that led to was like sinus rattling terror. I don't know how else to describe it. Like every round out of that thing, because it was so close to your face with that huge port, was literally like someone grabbing your face from the inside and shaking it violently when you fired in full auto. So love AKs, absolutely love them. That was my least favorite assault rifle we fired, mainly because it just felt like someone was trying to shake your sinuses loose. If you had a stuffy nose, that might be an excellent way to treat it. I can't think of any better therapy. But anyway, I forgot to mention that. We did shoot an AK. Can't find the video file, or it corrupted, something like that, but that's what that is.
Good. There you go.
Hit it.
Holy shit, that guy's very dead.
I'm very excited.
What'd you think?
It's not terrible.
No. Quiet, ain't it?
Yeah. I'm gonna try a 3-round. 3-rounder, lean into her.
Do it again.
Ready?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna shoot full auto. I believe that's it. Yeah.
All right. So for full auto, lean into it super hard, bend at the waist. There you go.
I'd say. Okay, so for submachine guns, this was an area that was a blast, but not terribly easy to control at distance. A lot of these things were very short, very lightweight. You know, the package ends almost in like a very tight defensive stance, so you're not exactly able to get out there and leverage yourself on the recoil or anything like that. So again, I've never fired full auto submachine guns. This is not something I've experienced at, but we were able to make some hits. The Thompson submachine gun was a throw-in add-on to the package. It obviously doesn't fit in with all the other very modern guns, and really cool. I had a preconceived notion that firing from the hip is basically a joke. And most of the time I would say that's the case. However, the clip where I got to shoot that thing from the hip and just dump the whole mag, I don't have it on camera so you can believe me or not believe me, but we had a rubber dummy torso probably at, I don't know, 15 yards. And once I saw the rounds impacting, it was no trouble at all to hold that thing down and dump the entire magazine into its chest area. And that is why I reacted with the cursing and the things like that, because I've never seen that and definitely never done it in real life. So sort of broke a notion that I had in my head that you can't fire from the hip. You absolutely can. It's just you got to practice at it quite a bit. Now, one issue we had and one thing to bring up that's really cool of the people at Battlefield Vegas, the SIG MPX is piston driven and that gas piston was having an issue, so I didn't even include the footage because it's basically one shot click because it wasn't operating the gas system. Because of that, they said, hey, whichever gun you would like out of those submachine guns, we'll give you a couple extra mags. So that was really cool of them. They offered to either fix it there or just do a couple mags of a different gun, so we chose the Thompson and the CZ Evo 3 because those were terribly fun to shoot. Out of the whole group of submachine guns, probably my favorite was that CZ Scorpion Evo 3. It was suppressed, so I'm sure that added to its controllability, but the burst fire on that thing was really ridiculous. It put out quite a rate of fire, and because the recoil was light, you could pretty much hold that thing down for that 3-round burst, just snapping those rounds off. Also in that video, you can see there's someone in a stinking helicopter flying around, and that's because they offer kind of helicopter machine gun shoots out of that same area where you're a door gunner and you pick the machine gun you want to shoot, and they fly you over a cliff and you shoot at broke up cars and targets a few times. Very expensive, but some serious bucket list stuff. So now that we're kind of through that, they did have pistols again, as I stated. No one wants to watch me shoot a handgun after seeing all the machine gun stuff, so you can go watch that elsewhere. It was a Glock 17 and a SIG P226. They do have a seriously cool list of handguns ranging again from World War I all the way up to very modern, including a Glock 18 and full auto. So not like you shouldn't check out the pistols they have, but as far as the machine guns go, that was the least, you know, I don't know. I don't want to say fun. It was still very fun, but it wasn't the coolest part of the whole trip. But now that we got all the shooting out of the way, Battlefield Vegas as a company, at least in that one experience, was rock solid. It was extremely cool to do that. We were actually out there for a machine show for my day job because this doesn't pay anything right now. But they came and picked us up on the strip from our hotel, drove us out to their location, and this is part of the outdoor experience. That's just part of the package. You pay them whatever it costs to do what you ask for, and then they come pick you up and drive you out there. Once you get out there, if you can kind of see from the video, the range is set up like a forward operating base, so that you have the, I can't remember the name of them off the top of my head, but the basically bags filled with rock and sand with the razor wire and different ranges. They have a bunch of tanks and Humvees parked out. They have the camo netting, Connexes are their offices. So it was a really, really well set up experience that gives you a different feeling than just like walking into an indoor range. So definitely nailed it with that. The people that we dealt with anyway, we dealt with two guys. I won't give their names, and we blurred them out for the thing because when I viewed or filmed all this, I didn't expressly do it with the purpose of making a video and didn't ask them. So they were awesome. From the time they picked us up, you know, I was kind of wondering, okay, are we going to get, you know, fun Nazis, or are we going to end up with people that are easy to talk to and kind of fun? And they were great. We talked to them the whole time. We were able to joke around and have a good time. And they were still very safe, very knowledgeable about what they were doing, and kept us, you know, kind of on task without it feeling like, all right, next one, let's go. Just excellent job by those two guys. Hopefully, if we ever get to do this again, we can get those guys again because it was excellent work. I did not get to do any of the indoor range experiences they have there, so I can't really speak to that. But as far as purchasing like an outdoor experience range package, I cannot recommend it enough. That is a bucket list thing, and I cannot wait until I get to do it again. We're definitely going to try to at some point, Got to take my wife out there and shoot all the World War II stuff. You can even run a flamethrower, mortars, things like that. If you really want to drop some money, you can crush a car with a tank. You can shoot the main cannon on the tank. All sorts of wild stuff you can do. So definitely check them out if you live close enough. To me, it's a no-brainer. If you're gonna go blow $2,000 at a gambling table or blow $2,000 with noise and fire, that's the place I'd rather do it. I'm not gonna remember sitting at a blackjack table too much compared to the machine guns. Now, the machine guns aren't gonna win me any money, but I have terrible luck, and I've never won anything gambling ever. Probably because I haven't tried very much, but you know, whatever. So, you'll notice that the guns on the table have literally nothing to do with this video, but I thought it would be kind of fun just to tease the next couple of videos. So we'll be looking at a 1865 Spencer carbine compared directly to a Civil War era cap and ball musket. So be ready for that. Without further ado, I will cut the video off so you don't have to listen to me ramble anymore. Thanks again for watching Triple F Shooting, and we'll catch you in the next video.